Welcome to Banker Wings. As we know that SBI has released written result of SBI CBO. So hall ticket has already been released. So in this video we are going to discuss what are the most important questions that are asked in the SBI CBO interview. In this video I have compiled more than 100 questions from the previous interviews of SBI CBO. Okay, in case if you are appearing for SBI CBO interview, do not miss this video. This is a very important video. In this I am going to discuss more than 100 questions which are compiled from the previous CBOs, the candidate, those who have passed, and I have collected the questions from them and I have compiled a list of more than 100 questions. So let's move on to, let's start the video. The first question, if initially I am going to discuss what are the HR questions that are asked. Okay, and the first question, what is your role in your present bank? Suppose we know that SBI CBO is a lateral entry job, so you will be working in a bank. So what is your role, like whether you are working as a credit officer or you are handling a counter, or you are looking after deposits, or you are looking after MSME. So whatever the role that you are presently handling, you should be thorough with that. Suppose in case if you are a credit officer, you should be well versed with all the loan documentation, all the loan important features of the all the loan schemes, like housing loan, car loan, what are the documents required, what is the margin money, so what is the maximum tenure up, what is the maximum tenure given, like that. Okay, suppose if you are sitting on a counter, like if you are doing a sales job, like what is the target, how much target you are achieving, like that. And in case if you are in a deposit section, like how you are going to deposit, how you are going to increase the deposits of your branch, what are the steps taken by, like that. And in case if you are working in a MSME, so here everything you should know about MSME loans, like CGTMSE, Stand Up India, Startup India, all the MSME schemes, and what are the classification of MSME. So all those things you should know. And next question, what is your bank business figures? See, this is very important. See, in almost all the lateral entry exams, this question is asked. Like you should know what is the business figures of your bank, like what is the deposit, what are the business figures, means mainly deposits, advances or loans, your NPA and CASA ratio. So these are the most important parameters that you should know. And similarly your branch business figures, same for the branch business figures also. Here also you should know what is the deposit, what is the total advances, what is the NPA, so and what is the total business figures, what is the total business figure of your branch. So you should know this is basic thing you should know. Okay, before going for the interview, please study all these things. And next question is, why do you want to join SBI? So what are the reasons why you want to join SBI? See, here you can compile your own answer. So for me, if you want to ask, if they ask this question, you should say, see, SBI is a reputed institution, reputed bank. It is a leading bank in India with great facilities. It gives a diverse opportunities to learn, and it also gives a very good opportunity to grow. So these kind of answers you should frame on yourself. Okay. And next question, why should we hire you? Here you should highlight your strength that is useful for SBI. Each person will have his own strength. You should say why SBI should hire you. Like you have a good communication skills, you have a good sales skills, or you have a good credit analysis skills. So good whatever the strength that you have, or you have a good experience, you have handled a branch, you are heading a branch. So all those experience you should speak here. Is especially you are going to talk about the strength that is useful for the SBI. Okay, so why should we hire you? This is a very important question. It is usually asked. So you should focus on your strength that is useful for the SBI. Again same question, what are your strengths? Like here, what are your strengths? Like you have a good communication skills, good scale skills, sales skills, good marketing skills, good credit analysis skills. So whatever the strength you should have, you should analyze. See here, your strength must be genuine one. Okay, suppose if you are straying, if you are stressing a point, if you are saying, see, I am good at communication, that should reflect while speaking. You should be speaking very fluently, very nicely, your gesture should be very nice. So like your strength should show in your attitude, that strength should show in your personality. You should choose such kind of strengths. Suppose if you do not have strength, if you do not have good command over that area, and you say that is my strength, and if they ask 2 or 3 follow-up questions, then you are not able to answer, then you are not going to impress the interview panel. So sit back, relax, and analyze what are your strengths, and based on that prepare some 2 to 5 questions based on your strength. And what are your weaknesses? See, this is very very important question. Here whenever weakness is asked, you should not tell like I am lazy, no. I procrastinate, no. Okay. I'm a late comer, no. Okay, you should not go to any extremes. So the weakness should be a small weakness which should have the scope for the improvement. Okay, like you can say that, see, I at a time I at a time I stretch too much on many things, like that. Okay, here weakness should be small one. And as soon as you mention your weakness, you should also mention that what are your presently doing to improve those weakness. Okay, so what are the steps that you are taking to improve the present weaknesses that are present in you? So this is also important. And here identify at least one weakness in your personality, that is enough. And don't go to any extreme, like I'm a lazy person, I'm a procrastinator, or like I'm bad at communication. These kind of things, don't do that. Okay, you choose small one. You just sit and analyze, you will get to know about your personality. Okay, and this weakness depends on person to person, and strengths also changes from one person to another person. Everybody cannot have same strength and same weaknesses, so I cannot give you here a standard answer for these kind of questions. Okay. And next question, what are your major achievements? See here, major achievements, it may be in your bank job, or it may be in your during your college, or it may be in your school. Okay, so somebody might have went to national level in some sports. Okay, or somebody might have participated in a district level quiz, or somebody might have achieved a very good he might be very good at recovering NPA, or he might have achieved a very good business figures during his tenure at present bank job. So whatever the achievements that you have, you should mention, and you should prepare this question also. And what are your hobbies? See here, I think everybody has mentioned hobbies in your resume, I hope. See, before preparing for preparing for any other questions, first you download your resume that you have submitted to SBI, and study this resume very very carefully. Study each and every point, each and every word, because 90% of the your interview will be based on your resume. And whatever the hobbies that you have mentioned, you should be thoroughly prepared. For example, if somebody has mentioned I like reading books. Okay, I like reading books. First question, what kind of books? What kind of books? Whether would you love to read novels or self-help book? What kind of book you would like to read? Suppose if you say self-help books, what is the last book that you have read? Who is the author, and what did you learn from that book? Okay, suppose if you say novel, so what kind of novel you have read? So what you learn from that novel? Okay, somebody might have written what is the I like cooking. Like what you cook, whether you cook vegetarian, non-vegetarian, so why you like cooking? Okay, those kind of questions. And and in here, whenever in HR questions, do not make blunders. Okay, in one of the previous SBI interview, one person written my hobby as swimming. Okay, and the panel asked Where do you swim? Where do you swim? And the gentleman answered, sir, I swim in water. I swim in water. This was the answer that given by that fellow, and immediately they removed him from the interview and he was not selected. Because see, the question was where do you swim means everybody knows that we were going to swim in the water only, but whether you swim in a river, whether you swim in a ocean, whether you swim in a pond, so what is the place where you swim, that was the question. And this gentleman has he was very negligently answered it as a water. So interview panel got irritated and he was asked to go out immediately. So these kind of things you should take care, okay? Don't commit such kind of blunders in the interview. So what are your hobbies? And next, which book you read last time? Suppose in case if you have mentioned book as your hobby. And next, bank assurance. So today we know that each and every bank is having a tie up with insurance company. So here you should know your bank is having tie up with which are the insurance companies. For life insurance there will be a separate company, for general insurance there will be separate insurance company. So you should know the name of the companies, okay? And this is important question, and it will be asked in many of the interviews. Why you want to leave your present bank? What is the reason? Okay, so you should prepare this question very carefully. And what if you are not selected? Here they want to test what is your backup plan. Okay, if this question is asked, don't say that sir I am sure that I will 100% get this job. Don't give that kind of overconfident answer. Okay, say sir if I am not selected in this present job, so I have also applied for some other lateral entry jobs, so I will keep trying. Suppose if you still have the age for the next cycle, so I will again apply for the next cycle. I will get cleared and I will come back to the SBI. So this kind of answer you should give, but do not sorry, do not be overconfident and say that sir no sir I am sure that 100% I am going to clear. So do not give that kind of vague answers. So next question, where do you want to see yourself in next 5 years? Here they want to see your attitude and mentality towards your job. Okay, so where do you want to see in next 5 years? See, here you should study the SBI CBO's what is promotion cycle, like in how many years you will be promoted to the next role, like when you are going to become scale 2 or scale 3. So here you should know what will be your role in SBI after 5 years, and based on that you have to prepare. Okay, so here you can say that sir next after 5 years I will be working as a senior manager in SBI, or I am going to handle a big branch in some city. So no, I am going to head MSME. I would like to head a MSME branch in some city. So or I would like to settle down in SBI and see myself as an scale 3 officer in next 5 years, like that. Okay, this answer should be very positive one, and it should indicate your growth mentality. Okay, it should indicate your growth mentality. Prepare your answer accordingly. Next question, you have experience of more than 4 years, then why do you want to join to a lower grade? Especially this question will be asked, suppose if you are having experience of more than 3 years or 4 years and you are working as a scale 2 or branch, you are heading a branch being a scale 1, then this question will definitely be asked. Please be well prepared. Okay, so here you can say that yes sir, I have worked well in the present organization, but SBI is a brand, it gives a great opportunity to learn and for the growth. Okay, here the career growth opportunities are unlimited, so I want to explore that. Like these kind of answer you should explore. Okay, see it depends on person to person. You can frame your own answer based on based on your work profile. But this is a very very important question, and this will be asked in case if you are having experience of more than 3 years or 4 years, or you are heading a branch. Be well prepared for this question. Okay. And next question, tell me something about your native place. What is the famous thing in native place, where it is, in which state, so which are the rivers covered by your native place, I mean which rivers cover your place. So those kind, any famous thing about your place, like that. Okay. And next same question, your present place, district or state is famous for example, if you are working in a suppose if you are working in a Andhra. Okay, you are working in a Guntur. Okay, so you should know why Guntur is famous. Suppose if you are working in a Gulbarga in Karnataka, so you should know why Gulbarga is famous. Or if you are working in a Odisha state, so you should know why Odisha is famous for. Okay. And next, who is your role model and why? Okay, and you choose your role model very wisely, and you should also state why. Suppose if you say, some people say Arundhati Bhattacharya. Suppose if you are a female candidate, you can say that my role model is Arundhati Bhattacharya, who was former chairman of SBI. And why? Because she is a icon in the banking industry. She has grown from PO to the chairman. Her grit and determination made her to climb the corporate ladder in SBI, and finally she retired as a chairman of SBI. Like that, you can choose your own role model. You can say Narendra Modi, or you can say you can take any other person which you know very well about that person. And next question, this is the situational based question. How do you handle a difficult customer? Okay, how do you handle difficult customer? If some customer is coming and fighting with you, so how do you handle? What are the tricks that you use? Next, how do you handle a customer complaint? Again, it is a situational based complaint. Here, what kind of customer complaint is? Customer has complaint. Okay, what is the complaint? Based on that, you have to answer. Okay. Next, how do you convince a customer for a insurance product? Here, they want to test your sales skills, and also convincing skills or communication skills. Okay, you yourself prepare. Usually you will be doing this in your present job. You will be daily, on a day-to-day basis, you will be convincing a customer about the insurance product. You should say that the benefits of doing a insurance and its features, why it is different from others, and what happens if you get an insurance with our branch. Like that, you can explain. Okay, so here convincing the customer is important, and you should explain how you are going to convince the customer. Next, tell me something about your branch profile. See, here he is not asking the branch figures, he is asking branch profile. Profile means here what are the major advances. So if you are working in a rural branch, majorly you will be having crop loans. Suppose if you are working in a metro, then MSME will be major sector. And if there is a NPA, in which category there is a high NPA, and what are the steps that you people are taking to reduce that NPA. Okay, here branch profile means the major advances or major deposit products in your branch. And next question, what is the biggest loan that has handled by you? See, this question is asked invariably in many of the bank interviews, because they want to know what is the highest loan that you have handled. Okay, and especially if you are from RRB, or if you are from any NBFC or any cooperative bank, usually you would not have handled a loan more than 5 crores. Okay, and especially if you are from RRB or NBFC, at max you might have handled 25 to 50 lakh. Okay, here this is a very very important question. Here you prepare, in case if you have not handled any big loan, you prepare an hypothetical answer where where you are sanctioning a loan of 5 crores and 5 crores or more. And here you should know what are the documents that you have taken, and what are the steps you have followed while sanctioning the credit, and what are the review process that need to be followed, and who is the sanctioning authority. Okay, who is the sanctioning authority, and what is the collateral that is taken by you, or whether it is covered under CGT, MSA, or any other credit guarantee scheme. So all the details about that loan product, and for what purpose you have given the loan, for what purpose, what kind of loan, whether it is a term loan or working capital. So all these things you should study. Okay, this is an here you should take a loan, and you should study each and every detail about that product. For documents, what are the documents taken, first of all, what is the purpose is very very important, and what purpose you have given, and whether you have given term loan or working capital, or you have given composite loan. Okay, what are the documents you have taken, what are the steps followed in credit analysis, and what are the reviews undertaken, who was the sanctioning authority, and what is the guarantee, what is the collateral given by the customer, or whether it is covered under any credit guarantee scheme of the government. So these are the important points that you should keep in mind. Next, how do you mobilize deposits? Okay, very generic question, you can answer this. And what steps you take to increase CASA in your branch, similar to the previous question. And next question, who is the chairman of SBI? See, here you are attending the interview of State Bank of India, you should know everything about SBI. Okay, don't forget this. Okay, these are the basic questions. Usually these kind of questions are asked in the initial 2 to 3 minutes of your interview, in order to break the ice and make you feel comfortable. Who is the chairman of SBI? Where is the headquarter of SBI? In which year SBI was nationalized? What is the tagline of SBI? And what is the present share price of SBI? What is the total business of SBI? What is the gross or net NPA of SBI? And here this is a situational based question. Okay, these kind of questions will be asked. Here what it says, you are on a leave for some days, and an audit has commenced in your branch, and your branch manager has called you to come back to the branch, and here you are having some serious personal work. So what will you do in that situation? Okay, so think on it, ponder over it, and come with the very positive answer for this question. Similarly, such kind of questions, situational based questions, will be asked in order to test your response. And how will you handle a non-cooperative colleague, like how your interpersonal skills, and how you handle the how you behave with your colleagues. Okay, so how you handle a non-cooperative colleague. Next question is, what is the here we here the from this slide we are going to discuss banking related questions. Like, these are the technical kind of questions, these are the core banking questions that were asked in various SBI CBO interviews. And what is the CD ratio of your bank and your branch? What is CD ratio? What is C and what is here? C means credit, D means deposit. Okay, here it will be present in your branch profile, or it will be present in your bank website. In case if you don't get it, simply divide your advances by deposit. Total advances divided by deposits into 100. Okay, whatever the value that you are going to get, that is the value. Usually it will be more than 80% for most of the banks. And what is CD ratio, and what is its important? Why CD ratio is important? Just Google it out, you will get to know it. Can CD ratio be more than 100%? Very very important question. If they ask this CD ratio question, the follow-up question they will be asking, can it be more than 100%? Yes, it can be more than 100%, where bank will be it will be more than 100% when deposits are less than advances. Okay, deposits are less than under. For example, your deposit is just 70 crore and your advances are 120 crore. Okay, in this case your CD ratio will be more than 100% because bank will be borrowing money from outside and lending here. So in this case CD ratio will be more than 100%. Next, what is CASA? What is CASA? Current account and savings account. What is the importance of CASA? Why CASA is important? Because it is a low cost deposits. It helps to improve the profitability of the bank. Okay, because on current account zero interest is given and savings account it is 2 to 4% rate of interest is given, whereas banks charge from 9 to 16% on their loan product. So here if the CASA ratio is more, the bank will be earning more profit. So that is the importance of CASA. What is the full form of CASA? Current account and savings account. Okay, current account and SB account. Next, some government schemes. What is PMJDY? Explain the features of PMJDY. What is PMJDY? Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana. What are the features? What are the features of major features of PMJDY? Zero balance, insurance, life insurance up to 2 lakh. Only Aadhaar is required to open the account and RuPay debit card is given for the customer. Okay, these are the important features of PMJDY. You can also Google it out and study more important features of PMJDY. This is an important question, you should not leave it. Next, what is the age limit for APY scheme? What is the age limit? 18 to 40 for the entry. You should study in detail about the APY scheme. And what is the age limit for PMSBY? Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana. It is 18 to 70 years. What is the maximum amount? 2 lakh. For accidental insurance, in case of accident, 1 lakh rupees. Okay. And what is the age limit for Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana? 18 to 50 years for the enrollment. What is the accidental insurance coverage under PMSBY? See, here it is 2 lakh. Okay, in case of death, in case of loss of 2 limbs or 2 legs, it is 1 lakh rupees. What is financial inclusion? Okay, what is financial inclusion? What is the definition of financial inclusion? Providing financial services to the last man on the street at the lowest cost. Financial inclusion. Next, what is microfinance? What is microfinance? Providing collateral free loans to the low earning income group of our society. And which loan is considered a microfinance as per RBI guidelines? Up to family is having family income of up to 3 lakh and some NBFC bank is giving a loan to them without any collateral. Even without any hypothecation also. Okay, bank should not hypothecate anything. Okay, a collateral free hypothecation free loan given to the family having income up to 3 lakh is called as a microfinance. What is the loan limit under Tarun Plus scheme of Mudra? See, this is a recent change in the Mudra scheme. What is the loan limit under Tarun Plus scheme? It is 10 to 20 lakh. Next question. Can you sanction 20 lakh rupees for a new customer under Mudra scheme? Can you sanction 20 lakh rupees for a new customer under Mudra scheme? Answer is no. You can sanction Tarun Plus only when customer has availed Tarun. Okay, what is Tarun limit? It is 5 lakh to 10 lakhs. Next question. What is the project cost under PMEGP for manufacturing and service? This is an important question. It is usually asked in case if you have a MSME background. So what is the maximum project cost under PMEGP for manufacturing? For first loan for manufacturing it is 50 lakh, and for service sector it is 20 lakhs. And what is the subsidy? For urban and rural. Okay, urban and rural there is a separate subsidy is there. For urban it is for general and SC, ST and OBC. For general it is 15% in urban and 25% for SC, ST and OBC, and rural areas it is 25% for general and 35% for SC, ST and OBC in rural areas. Okay, this is also important, remember this. For general category in urban areas 15% subsidy is given. For SC, ST, OBC 25% is given. In rural areas for general category 25%, SC, ST, OBC 35% is given. Next question, what is the difference between Stand Up India and Startup India? Next, what is the maximum guarantee coverage under CGTMSE scheme? What is the maximum guarantee? It is 10 crore for MSME unit, and CGTMSE is covered only for MSME units. Okay, MSM unit, micro and small enterprises. Maximum guarantee coverage under CGFMU. Whenever you give loan under Mudra, it is covered under CGFMU. And what is the maximum guarantee coverage here? It is 20 lakhs. Next, what is an NPA account and when an account becomes NPA? You know that when when principal or interest is not paid over a period of 90 days, then account becomes NPA. What happens if account becomes NPA? So like what are the consequences of becoming account when an account becomes NPA? So what happens when account become NPA? It stops generating income and you have to make provisions out of your profit. Bank's profit will get reduced. Okay, then you have to initiate legal actions or recovery actions where bank will be spending its most precious time. Okay, so these are the important consequences of account becoming NPA. Next question, what is the difference between gross NPA and net NPA? So here what is the difference between gross NPA and net NPA? Net NPA simply means gross NPA minus provisions is your net NPA. Next, what is the difference between contractual dues and book balance? Contractual dues, these are the dues that need to be paid by the borrower, or simply whenever you open an account whenever open a loan account in your Finacle, so whatever the outstanding balance that shows, that is contractual dues. And contractual dues minus provisions is your book balance. So it is also important question in case if you have mentioned NPA recovery as your strength in your resume. Next, order of appropriation under OTS account and normal account. Okay, this is also important, you check it out. And what is SMA 0, SMA 1, SMA 2 accounts, and why it is classified so. Next question, what are provisions? Provisioning norms for standard assets, DA assets and loss assets. What is provisioning coverage ratio? And next, what is DRT? What is the limit to file a suit in a DRT? What is DRT? Debt recovery tribunal. And what is the minimum amount? It should be of 20 lakhs outstanding. Okay, 20 lakhs outstanding. Principal plus interest should be at least 20 lakh, then only you can go and file a suit in DRT. And what is SARFAESI? Full form of SARFAESI. When you can initiate SARFAESI? Can agri loans be covered under SARFAESI? No. What is the difference between SAG and JLG? Important question. What is the difference between a loan and an advance? What is the difference between a CC account and OD account? What is the difference between a simple mortgage and equitable mortgage? What is credit rating and how it is done? And importance of CIBIL score. See here, do not get confused with credit rating and CIBIL score. Okay, CIBIL score is not credit rating. Credit rating means, credit rating usually done for the loans above 5 lakhs, and here credit rating, for that there will be a separate form in your credit appraisal process where you will be giving marks. Like suppose if the person is educated, you will be giving 3 marks out of 5. Suppose person is having experience, you will be giving 5 marks out of 2, 2 marks out of 5. See, this credit rating is different from CIBIL score. Okay, don't get credit rating and CIBIL score are not same. Okay, they are different. Okay, please Google it and study what is credit rating and how it is done. And what is the minimum loan amount for an MSME to get a credit rating from external agency? It is 7.5 crore. Important question. When a credit rating for an MSME should be done from an external agency? When you are sanctioning a loan above more than 7.5 crores. Okay, and importance of CIBIL score. What is the minimum score in order to sanction a loan? In many banks it is 650. And other things, there should not be any overdue, there should not be any suit filed accounts. Okay, and next from this we will start the credit analysis questions. What is working capital? What is working capital gap? What is turnover method? How much is the limit for MSME using turnover method? So what is turnover method? Turnover method means simply you are going to sanction working capital based on sales. Okay, under turnover method, maximum permissible bank finance is 20% of annual sales. Okay, and for MSME, up to what limit you can sanction using turnover method? Up to 5 crores. Next, what is MPBF? I told you what is MPBF? Maximum permissible bank finance. What is first method and second method of analyzing working capital? What is DSCR? Where it is used? What is DSCR? Debt service coverage ratio. Where it is used? It is used in analyzing term loans. Okay, it is used in analyzing term loans. What are current assets? What are current liabilities? Very easy questions. What is current ratio? What is the ideal current ratio? What is quick ratio? What is cash ratio? Difference between gross profit and net profit? What is depreciation? What is the difference between balance sheet and profit and loss account? What is cash flow statement? What is URC? What is URC? Udyam registration certificate. Okay, so for what loans it is mandatory? In many of the banks, if you are taking a loan of more than 50,000, Udyam certificate is mandatory, and Udyam certificate will contain classification of MSME. This will give you whether it is a micro, small or medium industry, and it will also give you the information about whether it is a manufacturing unit or service unit. Okay, this is all about URC. Next question, what is the maximum loan that can be sanctioned to MSME unit without any collateral as per RBI guidelines? Okay, what is the maximum loan that can be sanctioned to MSME unit without any collateral as per RBI guidelines? It is 10 lakh rupees. What do you mean by MSME? What do you mean by MSME? Micro, small and medium enterprises. And in the recent budget, this classification norms have been changed. Okay, you study those also. Next, what is the full form of JAIIB and CAIIB? Okay, see, these important silly questions, but they will be asked in the interview, and in many of the previous interviews this question was asked for the candidates, those who have cleared CIB and JIB, and for the candidates those who have not cleared also. Okay, you should know the full form of JIB, CIB, and what is the full form of IIBF, and who is the present governor, what is present repo rate, who is in charge of monetary policy in India, who is the present finance minister of India, and also present minister of your state. Okay, so these are the most important questions that were asked in the previous SBI CBO interviews. I think they will be, many of these questions will be repeated. Okay, I will be giving a PDF of all these questions in the description below. Okay, in case if you need the PDF, please download it, prepare each and every question without skipping it. Okay, in case if you have any queries, please comment below. I will be answering all your queries. Okay, please share the video with your colleagues, those who are preparing for SBI CBO interviews. In case if you have any query, please write to us, or you comment below. I will be answering all your queries. Okay, I will be uploading the PDF in the description. Please download it and share it with all your friends. Wish you all the very best for your SBI CBO interview. I hope you all will be coming out with flying colors. Thank you so much.